Signs you're being gaslighted. Gaslighting is a manipulation tactic used to distort the victim's understanding of reality. The manipulator tries to get you to question your own reality, memory, or perceptions. They intentionally question your sanity for reacting to their misdeeds. The manipulator provokes negative emotions, then dismisses your legitimate concerns with labels like you're crazy, insane, hysterical, or sensitive. Has this ever happened to you? Sadly, we have parents gaslighting their own children as well. Gaslighters are patronizing, unapologetic, and above all, cowardly, because they're unable to manipulate healthy individuals. They must first attack the victim's mind by manufacturing insanity and chaos. This gives them the power and control that they seek over loving, compassionate human beings. Learn to see toxicity for what it is and stop it in its tracks. Let no one make you feel insane or invalidate what is true to you. So what are the signs that you're being gaslighted in your relationship? First, your fears are used against you. Your partner pretends to be charming and listens to every word you have to say. They note your fears and memorize any vulnerability you reveal for later use to control you. Your partner could also attack your foundation and use things that are very near and dear to you to hurt you. Note that someone assigning motives to your actions that are the opposite of your intentions causes an imbalance of power, and it's gaslighting. If this happens, do clarify your motives. Second, they make you feel like you don't know your own mind. Ever been in the company of people who make you constantly second-guess yourself? They try to confuse you and disrupt your sense of stability to make you question everything, including your sanity. They can claim everyone else is lying just to make you question your truth, making it seem like you don't know your own mind, and they may claim to know what you are thinking. You find yourself often questioning whether your response is appropriate and always thinking that it is your fault when things go wrong. Learn to see this for what it is. You are not the problem here. You are dealing with an unhealthy, manipulative person. You do well to keep off such or inform them that you do not appreciate what they are doing. Third, they make you feel like you are really the crazy one. You feel like there is something fundamentally wrong with you, like you are neurotic and you're losing it. Gaslighting can really get to you and you might start thinking you're crazy. You might just convince yourself that the other person is right in all the negative, manipulative, and controlling things they say about or to you. You then begin to doubt your own beliefs and perceptions. You are told that what you know to be true is not real. You find it hard to trust your own judgment, and given a choice, you choose to believe the judgment of the abuser. If this is happening to you, take your power back. Fourth, you feel like you don't know what is normal. If you're normally told that things are normal and deep down you knew for sure they are not, you're likely the victim of gaslighting. You're diagnosed with major issues if the other person is not getting their way when manipulating you. They might turn up the intensity of the manipulation by questioning your sanity. Don't let this happen. Fifth, you start doubting your own belief and perceptions. You stop trusting yourself. You no longer trust yourself, and you also have trouble making your own decisions, and this was not the case before. They target your self-esteem and weaknesses so as to bruise your confidence, eventually gain control over you. You find yourself questioning your beliefs and opinions. If your point of view doesn't match theirs, then it's wrong. You eventually find it increasingly hard to make decisions, always feeling that you make bad choices and feeling like everything you do is wrong. If this sounds like you, learn to trust yourself. Your gut knows exactly what is good for you. It offers direction. Listen to it. Sixth, the person makes you feel like you have memory issues. The person denies you that they said something that upset you if you are confronting them on it. Or they'll promise to do something and later tell you that never happened, or they never even promised anything of the sorts. 7th, you lie to keep your peace. You withhold information from friends and family, so you don't have to explain things. You don't always lie to the other people in your life, but due to the extreme stress caused by your partner or the person close to you, you lie to avoid the verbal, physical abuse that is sure to follow any discussion or situation that is against their rules. You create excuses for them and avoiding giving information to friends and family members to avoid confrontation about your partner. 8th, you stop trying to be heard. As humans, we are programmed to share our experiences and thoughts with the people in our lives. It is natural. You might stop talking about yourself altogether because of the reaction you are used to getting. You're afraid of speaking up or expressing how you feel, so you keep quiet. You edit every word before you speak it, changing any thoughts that they could possibly be misconstrued. You don't have to stay in such setups. Save yourself. 9th, you are depressed. You constantly feel hopeless and taking little or no pleasure in activities you used to enjoy. No longer feeling like the person you used to be. You feel hopeless, isolated, misunderstood, and depressed. If this is you, do not carry the burden alone. Seek help. It's within reach. 10th, your partner tells clear lies. You know very clearly your partner is telling a lie, but she's saying it with a straight face. They project their wrongdoings, they lie consistently, but blame you for being a liar. They tell you outrageous lies deliberately. The lies build up over a period of time, aimed at wearing you down gradually. Their actions do not match their words. They insist things didn't happen the way they actually happened. They mix lies with positive reinforcement, leaving you unsure of what to believe. They deny things you have proof of, even if you were there with them when it happened. Find a way of telling them that you do not appreciate this or leave this setup. It is not a healthy one. 11th, you say, I am sorry a lot. Your default response to anything is to apologize. You find yourself constantly apologizing, and you apologize without knowing what you did wrong. They project their behavior on you, leaving you on the defensive even though they're committing the act. You feel the need to apologize all the time for what you do or who you are. This eventually works on your psyche and lowers your self-esteem. Save yourself from such setups. 12th, your energy is drained. You will constantly feel drained of energy after spending time with this person or loved one. Something feels off about them and you can't quite explain or pinpoint why. You frequently second guess your ability to remember the details of the past events, leaving you psychologically powerless. You feel threatened and on edge around this person, but you don't know why. Trust your gut and seek to build a healthy relationship. 13th, you start to question if you are too sensitive. When you try to explain how you feel, your partner is dismissive and uses words like, you're overreacting or you're too sensitive. They give you affection, then abruptly yank it away. Eventually, you start wondering if you are too sensitive. 14th, you often feel confused and you have a hard time making even simple decisions. You don't trust yourself. You always second guess your ability to remember details of situations, leaving you psychologically powerless. You frequently feel confused or disoriented because you no longer know which truth to believe or who to believe between your partner and yourself. You have stopped trusting your own judgments because you're made to feel as though you are too sensitive or misguided. Anyone who makes you feel this is not worth keeping around. 15th, you feel scared as though something is terribly wrong, but you don't know what or why. Having a sense of something is wrong, but being unable to identify what it is. Being more anxious and less confident than you used to be. You feel scared as though something is terribly wrong, but you don't know what or why. This is a result of staying with someone who is committed to damaging you, knowingly or unknowingly. Accept that this is not healthy for you and move on. Next, you question your worth. You often feel as if you're not good enough for others because it is what the other person has normalized to you. You think you deserve to be alone. You think you are not good enough. Most interactions with the person makes you feel small or ashamed. You never quite feel good enough and try to live up to the expectations and demands of your partner or loved one, even if he or she is unreasonable or harm you in some way. Next, you have the sense that you used to be more confident, relaxed, and a happy person, and you no longer are. You can't understand why you are so unhappy. You're unhappy for no reason, and you've lost your confidence. See why staying with a person who damages your self-esteem is not worth it? They manipulate relationships with people around you, leaving you dependent on them. They get you and others to question your reality. They can spread lies about you in a convincing way to those close to you. Lies that even you start believing over time, and eventually you start doubting yourself. For instance, a person who knows you have a thriving relationship with your parents and you are very close, they can try to disrupt the relationship through gaslighting by probably creating lies about them, or even one of your parents that either your mom or dad, or they started spreading lies of that one of your parents told them something upsetting to try and poison the way you feel about them. By creating those lies and reduce the close ties you have with them, they make you believe that only they can treat you good and love you, and only they can be trusted. Feeling isolated from friends and family, distance yourself from such people. Gaslighting involves 3 Ds of abuse: denying it happened, deflecting your attention away from it, usually with accusations, or lie to deceive you. Don't be fooled. You know the truth. Gaslighting takes time, and over time, conditions your thinking. You start believing and normalizing the lies those around you made you believe, to a point you can no longer recognize, even trust yourself and your intuition. If you can relate to the above, or if you're living in this reality, you need to heal from this, and over time, it will take a toll on us and our immediate relationship, changing us and our way of thinking completely on the negative. If you don't break free, you end up living on autopilot. Join me next week as I share how to cope and heal from gaslighting in relationship. Bye for now.